Right, this was Daly Water's pub, and everybody wanted to stay there, probably, except me, but it was ticking the box. It's kind of an Australian icon. It's a junkyard, although part of it is supposed to be a junkyard, but the whole place to me was a junkyard, and it's pity they didn't spend some more money on it.
You weren't overly impressed, were you?
No, what gives you that idea? There were lots of old vehicles and war vehicles, I think, weren't there?
Yeah.
The food was very good.
Yeah, the food was good.
We're down there that one night we stayed.
And they have the famous beef and barra
Dinner.
beef and barra dinner, which everybody had apart from me and Jill. The courtyard of the pub here was also very, very busy. And you can see the guy who's the owner, the rather large guy. He makes a good fist of running the place, I have to say. But yeah, sitting here waiting for their beef and barra. Finally, Jan brings out the meals for her and Gary. So, up early in the morning, leaving Daly Waters, on to Mataranka.
To the thermal pools.
Much more you're liking thermal pools rather than a pub.
What makes you think that?
The temperature was climbing as we were driving, so it really did get a lot warmer. Stopped off at the famous Larimar Hotel for a coffee and obviously a photo shoot.
The coffee didn't meet the standard.
You know, the coffee was poor, sadly. And then on to Mataranka, to Bitter Springs Caravan Park, which was just like trees everywhere providing necessary shade.
But no Starlink signal.
No Starlink, and it was very, very tight. This is a little guy on the three-wheel truck that takes you into your camp spot. Colin guiding me into the site. So, we went to Bitter Springs, and Bridget and Jill did not like the concept of there being crocodiles around here.
But they do occasionally find them. And then they relocate them.
I think the temperature was about 30 degrees in the thermal pool.
I wasn't in the Bitter Springs. I was saving myself for the Mataranka.
Yeah, Jill didn't go into the Bitter Springs thermal pool. Here we are, the following morning
day.
at Mataranka thermal pools. Much more to Jill's liking.
We didn't see many crocodiles, but we saw the odd spider.
And we did see Jill in the water.
Are you watching, Carol? This was nothing like our swimming lessons at school. I got home I hope you heard that, Dot. We're all shouting. Hi.
Hi.
I've just been perusing wiki camps. I know where we are. I'm just seeing how far it is to the next stop. We're actually in Katherine at the moment, at the Big Four Breeze Holiday Park. It's nice here, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've been here before a few times.
I think this is our third visit here.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, spacious caravan park. Lots of shade, which you need when you're up in the tropics. And good facilities, so what more can you ask for?
Although it's not as hot as it has been when we've been here before.
No, it's in the 26, 27, 28 range in the middle of the afternoon, and it has dipped down as low as 10 degrees at night time.
It's very pleasant though during the day.
So where are we going tomorrow then, Jill?
Yellow Water Campground at Coimbra.
In Kakadu National Park. So we've been here in Katherine for 3 days, and we've done nothing other than clean the caravan, clean the car, and clean the washing.
The others have been out because they haven't been here before, but we didn't want to spend money on the cruise again, although it's really enjoyable.
Yeah, they went to the Two Gorges cruise. I'll try and show you some footage that Colin took and see what you think of that. But yeah, Kakadu tomorrow. It's only Gary and Jan and Jill and I who are going to Kakadu. Colin and Bridget can't come
because of the dogs.
Because of the dogs. It's a national park and dogs aren't allowed.
And then we meet up with them again after that.
Yeah, so we're going to spend 6-7 days in Kakadu, and then we'll catch up with them at a place called Bark Hut, which is on the road to Humpty Doo, which is basically, once you get to Humpty Doo, you're basically in Darwin. So yeah, we'll show you some footage hopefully of Kakadu, but I'll begin by showing you some of Colin's footage from the Katherine River Gorge cruise.
And then when we get to Darwin, we'll be able to meet up with Clinton, Christy, Ruby and Jasper. We haven't seen them for quite a while. They might have forgotten us, Ruby and Jasper.
And we've got quite a few jobs to do when we get to Darwin, so no doubt you'll see some of that as well.
And some of them, unfortunately, are medical again.
Catch you later.
Bye.
So yes, we left Katherine on another very warm morning. Gary went first and we followed to the dump.
Yes, necessary evil. And it's getting warmer every day.
So we ended up at a coffee stop, Pine Creek, the Lazy Lizard. There's Jill doing a photo shoot of Jan and Gary, and there's me doing a photo shoot of Jill and Jan and Gary. And then on to Kakadu.
Yeah, unfortunately Bridget and Colin couldn't travel with us to Kakadu because it's in the national park and the dogs aren't allowed.
So this was me attempting to reverse into a really tight spot at Coimbra. I managed it. Then to Yellow Water Cruise at Kakadu. We've been looking forward to this.
We've been on this before. You see quite a few crocodiles and birds. Unfortunately, there are no buffaloes this time, were there?
No.
Perhaps it's the wrong season. The crocodiles made an appearance. Some were hiding out. and lots of birds, especially the geese, which they were quite a lot, weren't they, Pete?
Yeah, they were.
They had to fly though. As soon as dusk come, they flew. They took flight because it was dangerous to stay on the ground.
Thousands of them. That's why it's dangerous for them to stay on the ground.
Yeah, and we stayed for sunset. It was lovely. And that's the sun gone for another day.
Right, we're in our third day at Kakadu, and not to disappoint us, it's been 30 degrees every day. It's a bit warm, isn't it, Jill?
It's very warm. We've forgotten how warm it was.
So we're on our way, just with Jan and Gary, because Colin and Bridget couldn't come in with the dogs. We're on our way to Ubia Rock Art. So we're going to have a look around Ubia Rock Art site.
We've been here before, it's fascinating.
Yeah. And then from there, Jill, where are we going?
We're going to Alligator River to see the crocs.
At Cahill's Crossing. So hopefully we'll get some decent footage not only of the rock art, but also of Cahill's Crossing.
When the crocs have their lazy lunch, where they wait for the tide to turn and then they watch the fish jumping up and they just sit there with their mouth open. And somehow the fish end up in their mouth.
I think you have to go at high tide, and high tide today is 2:30 p.m. So we'll get there about 1:45 to 2 p.m. so we can watch the action as the tide turns.
Yeah.
Right now we're driving deep into the heart of Kakadu. We'll try and show you some of the road footage and the different vegetation that you see as you're driving into Kakadu. And hopefully we'll see you after Cahill's Crossing. Catch you later.
Bye.
Yet another hot day in Kakadu.
It's always hot at this place. I seem to remember from last time it was
Yeah, it was
roasting.
bloody hot. So the rock art is one of those things that you either get it or you don't.
I find it quite fascinating, really. It's hard to work out what things are sometimes, but if you study it long enough, you can see things come out.
I'm a little bit like Gary. This goes over my head, this rock art. But I know lots and lots of people love coming here and visiting.
The rock formation just went on forever. It's so steep, wasn't it?
Yeah. So on to Cahill's Crossing, and I have to say this was a disappointment. The river level was so high that the river didn't actually change direction, and the crocodiles didn't have to come up to the crossing because the fish were just being swept down by the water. So we actually didn't see any crocodiles. Maybe next time.
moved on to some more rock art.
I think this is more well known. Nurangi. I think this is more well known than Ubea, and certainly the rock art is a little bit more distinctive than in Ubea. This is where the rock art of the famous Lightning Man is. And then once you've looked at the rock art gallery, you then walk up to the top of Nurangi Rock for these panoramic views. I'm going to sit down and a rest.
Of course, I sit down and a rest.
The following day, in the middle of a hot afternoon, we decided to climb to the top of Nadab Lookout.
But it was worth it.
It was worth it because you made it.
Yeah, I got to the top. Amazing.
Bit tricky underfoot at times.
Yeah, all different terrain up there.
But the view was spectacular when you got to the top. Those are the wetlands. Which
we've never seen wet.
No, that's the first time we've ever seen them wet. And then once you'd done the top, it was the descent down.
I am not a mountain goat. The hiking poles are a very useful tool.
Yeah, the hiking poles were fabulous actually. So, Colin and Bridget came over from their campsite outside of Kakadu and caught up with Jan and Gary to go on the Kakadu air flight. We didn't do that, but Jan did, so I'll let Jan tell you what she thought of it.
It was a really tiny plane and quite bumpy, but it gave us an absolute terrific experience and the visualization of the vastness of just how big Kakadu is. We even snuck over onto the Arnhem land side as well, which was nice. A good aerial view of the rivers, a huge rock landscape. We had fun. A little bumpy, but we had fun.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that video. We enjoyed making it, and if you did like it, don't forget to
Like and subscribe, and please leave a comment.